on, fam? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hey, what's up? My name is Tanya, and thank you all so much for joining in and watching this video. As always, there will be timestamps listed down below so you can jump around, and if you like what you see, smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and thumbs this video up. I do try to post as often as I can, and now hopefully it's going to be a very, very regular and back on track. So here we go. I did film 3 videos so far today, and we're hoping to film a Sephora haul when I'm done my intros for these 3 videos, and then I have a whole bunch more videos planned for the rest of the week. So fingers crossed. Alright, now this video is on this eye tutorial, some Winter Wonderland glam, holiday glam. It was just like calling my name. It is the new Melt Cosmetics collection. I think it is Spanish. I cannot say it, but look, when you put it together, you can, or it's magnetized too. Not like a heavy duty magnet, but they do stick together. But the Vida and Muerte, I speak French and not Spanish. And it also came with one of their digital dust highlighters, which I use to spotlight with. It shifts from champagne to pink, and it's beautiful. So you guys are going to see swatches of everything, close-ups of everything, and you're going to see how to get this beautiful blue. Oh my gosh, it's like a magical winter wonderland, and it's reminding me, I think my lipstick is transferring, of like Frozen vibes, like the Disney movie Frozen, and I think it's only reminding me of that because I get told by little kids that I look like Elsa, is it, from Frozen? So I think that's the only reason why. So anyway, the Vida palette, you don't, like I said, you don't have to order them together. You can order just one or the other. This one to me screams a little bit more, I'm going on Christmas vacation, summer vibes, spring break. However, when you do swatch out this row, it is such like fire vibes by the fireplace, Thanksgiving, like it really does have that vibe too. So I think this palette is very versatile year round, so you can like make it super fun, has like sunset vibes too. So I mean, totally all year. This green is amazing. As usual, their Melts formula is just so buttery, creamy, smooth, pigmented, easy to blend, buildable. It's just like you put your brush down and you start blending and you're like, wow, holy pigment, but then it blends out so effortlessly and so beautifully. It just, I don't know why, every time I use a palette from them, I'm like, I forget, like I know how good it is, but then it's like, damn, it's good. But you have to be careful with the metallic shades. They're always really soft, and you don't want to put your brush in too hard or you will break it. The matte shades have a little bit more like oomph to them, so you don't want to like jab at shadows, like never do that anyway, but you can like go a little bit harder in there, but you don't need to. Like, I mean, I'm talking like, you know, like, well, this is the wrong brush for the wrong one. I'll show you in the next one because I used the other palette today, but you like just lightly dab because they are delicate. Their formula is like boss because of the pigmentation and the payoff and all of that, but you want to be delicate with it. So you get a nice strip mirror and 10 shades, and it's just gorgeous. Now the one that I used is the Muerte. I know you guys are all laughing at me. Well, not all of you, because I have a lot of Canadian fans in the house too. I And yes, I've been living in the States and I have my 10-year green card and all that. So I'm a legal US resident, but hey, I grew up in Canada, born and raised, first generation. I speak French, okay? So my Canadian fawns, you get me. My US fawns, I know you're laughing at me because Spanish is the second language really known to the US, but I don't know it, okay? And so, and the packaging too is like 3D on a lot of parts, and it's really fun. This palette did come with one shade that was damaged. It was this one. I had to press it back in. That happens sometimes when I order from Melt. They're metallics. Once in a while, often a metallic shade is broken because they are so soft and delicate, which is why I'm saying be soft with your brushes. Like, you literally just need to go like this, and that is all the pigment you need, and you can still dab it off. That is what I'm talking about. Do not jab at it. You don't need to do that. This will be like pigment and pigment and pigment for days. So this color story was unbelievable too. Like, the greens were spectacular. Then I got to the blues and I was like, oh, Winter Wonderland themed, yes please. But then I got to like the reds too, and I wanted to work with like the red tones because they were just so delicious. Like, I had a hard time, but I don't know, the blues were just calling my name, and I'm so happy that I went with it because I'm in love with this eye look. I really am. I can't stop looking at it. It's so pretty. So I highly recommend the palettes. The highlighter is totally preferential, obviously, because of that pink shift. Not everybody loves that, but their highlight formula is really beautiful. It's very finely milled and it's buildable, so it doesn't really emphasize texture or anything like that. And I mean, I covered everything with the palettes. They are just amazing. Now, what I did do that was off camera at the very end was my lips, and then I did decide to change my waterline eye color. So I went with the Melt Cosmetics All Day Everyday Reflect Eyeliner in Mixed Tape. It is a purple. I just thought like a little purple pop would be fun. So, and while we're doing Melt, why not? Oh, I didn't tell you guys either. I went with the velour lashes in the style She-E-O. I actually meant to go with the more dramatic pair. I pulled two, and then I was looking at it and I thought I grabbed the dramatic pair, but they're all so dramatic, so I'm happy with the way it turned out anyway. And then for my lip combo, I tested out a Tartist, it doesn't say if it, lip crayon, okay, it goes by lip crayon, in the shade Boho, and it's really nice. It's a little bit dry, but creamy at the same time. Like, it was very creamy outlining my lips, but then it was a little bit drier coloring in my lips. And I had never tried my Tarte one before. It's just been sitting with my lip liner, so I did enjoy this one, the color, the whole everything about it. And then, of course, I'm addicted to my Pat McGrath. I used my Blitz Trance lipstick in Full Fantasy number 131. It's just a really beautiful nude because my eyes are poppin'. And then I barely used any, but I did dab a little bit of gloss. You can't tell because it's this purple shift, but I did want to put a little bit of purple sparkle to kind of tie in like the blue vibes mixed with like the eyeliner. And this is the Lust Gloss Lip Gloss in oh my gosh, Paraphernalia. Why can I not say that right now? I have no idea, but I can't. So if you guys want to see how to get this eye look, and I even have like the most subtle like extra little wing going on here with some empty space. There's like a lot of detailed eye work that went into this one. So there's going to be close-ups on Instagram as well, but I did want to point out like there's even an extra, there's like a lot going on here. I just wanted to play and have fun today. So if you want to see all of this in action and the swatches and all of that, then just keep on watching. I'm so excited! The new Melt collection literally just arrived and we are gonna play with these babies. I don't know if we're gonna use one palette, incorporate both palettes. I don't know which shade the highlighter is. I can't even remember at this point, so I don't know if we're gonna use this baby like all over, spotlight. We're gonna figure it out. But I figured I kind of feel like doing a cut crease today. And I haven't done a cut crease in at least 6 months. So we're just gonna go for it, which is why I don't have my face makeup on. There's 2 reasons. One, when I do a cut crease, I really do like to put tape on my eye for like angled so I get a nice sharp, I know babies, I know, always cheering me on. So that way I get a nice sharp Eeyore, it's okay baby. So I get a nice sharp, clean, you know, line with my shadow. And then the other reason is because Melt Cosmetics is so insanely pigmented, but it's so blendable, buildable, smooth, like it's just such a beautiful formula. But I do tend to get a lot of fallout, and I just prefer when I do work with Melt to do my eyes first. And so it just depends on the eye look I'm going for. If I'm gonna go for that like cat eye, they're really like talking. It is a Saturday and my beauty room unfortunately is like the bay window is right beside the road, so everybody's out walking their pets, and it's like that kind of a neighborhood. Like there's so many dog walkers and I love that, but it sucks for filming. So all my little 4 munchkins, min pins, and min pins, I love their energy. They're crazy and amazing and I love them to death. But they hear everything. And so many of you didn't realize that I rescue animals and rehabilitate them, and I have my whole life, and I have to share that in a story time video. And on a little side note, I got my hair dyed yesterday, and when I was at the salon, this asshole was talking about hunting and how his dad had just killed a buck yesterday morning, and he was so disappointed because it was a baby buck and it was this year's baby. So when he was going to be putting the head up on the wall, it was going to be a tiny one with small horns, and I was so sick to my stomach and so angry, and I'm like telling my girl that like you better keep those scissors away from me because I'm like moments away from going, and I can't. Like I am like all about saving every animal if I could in this world, and then here I have this asshole killing like a baby from this year and then being like is so disappointed in it because it was all for sport. Like, it's not a sport. A sport is like you have 2 teams. They know they're in the game. They're playing each other. These innocent animals, they don't know that they're being hunted. Like, I just... Okay, I'm gonna cry. I'm getting worked up, but like it was just sickening, and I can't. It's... And I'm in Michigan. You think that I would, like, I come from a hunting town and now I'm in a hunting state and I just want to move. I can't wait. Like, we're moving to like Arizona or California as soon as my youngest stepdaughter is 18, which is like 5 years away. And then my stepdaughters are moving with us. when they're 18 because we have joint custody, so unfortunately we cannot move sooner, and my parents are probably going to move out with us, so that's going to be awesome too. Like they're gonna have their own house, but it's so awesome that my stepgirls want to come move with us and go to school out west. So, and no snow, no hunting, at least minimal anyway. All right, so Melt Cosmetics. You guys know I'm all about the highlight, so I want to use this first, but it's a skull, so it's like, I'm like, there's a heart though. Look, his nose upside down, heart. So it's not totally scary, right? And there's a rose. On a side note again, I know I feel really chatty. I haven't filmed since my last video, which was the 6th, and today is the 16th. Holy cow. This head cold is still going strong. I'm on a lot of head cold meds and Zyrtec as well. And Zyrtec with Tylenol cold and flu every 4 hours has been really helping me. I'm not on tequila, not right now anyway. I'm doing a Sephora haul after this. There might be tequila involved in that one. But I didn't know roses are actually, when there's the soil that they're grown from, is they take cow blood. So they're using the whole animal, which is a good thing. I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat meat. Well, obviously, duh. Cold meds and blonde. And they actually dry the blood of the cow once it's been slaughtered, and that goes into fertilizers for roses. Now I feel like I can't look at roses the same. Like, I love roses, but now I'm like, you have like animal blood in you. Like, you're so beautiful, but you have animal blood running through you. And like, I can't even look at roses the same way anymore. And I just found that out within the last month, and it's like, but why? Why? Anyway, okay, let's get on to this because we need some fun. And I was just cleaning my brushes and jamming out, and it's okay. Digital Dust Highlight. I have all of their Digital Dust highlights, and they have been amazing. 7 grams, 0.24 ounces. Melt Cosmetics is a cruelty-free brand too, by the way. And they just say apply on face and around eyes as desired. There is mica in here, and that is it. Iluminacion. I think that this is like, look, I put this together myself. Vida Muerte. I do not speak Spanish. This looks like it might be a Spanish theme. I speak French. I'm from Canada, so I'm not really sure. So excuse my butchering of the language, but the compacts are always so heavy duty. Oh, this is like champagne and then rose gold. So you have the skull embossed. Yeah, I think that's gonna be, I don't know if we're gonna use her as probably a spotlight. Yeah, this one is not as intense as their other ones. So we're gonna play with some extra highlight. All right. Please don't be broken. That's the only issue I have with Melt, is that their shadows are so soft, buttery, creamy, pigmented, just like so so spot on. Like the formula is bomb, but I like almost always have at least one shadow that arrives shattered. The split shadows that they did was a disaster. If you guys go watch that video, I like opened it on camera and everything just like fell all over me, and I was like, and it like broke my heart because it was so beautiful. So that is a bummer with shipping. Ooh, this is like 3D. This is, do you see the texture? She's beautiful. Now I've learned my lesson and I'm going to not, I usually open it like and show you guys, but I can't do that with melt. One shade is broken. Calica, and that one looks so pretty. Why? This one shattered over here. Like really badly shattered, like totaled. Let me push her together. Oh, this is such a gorgeous champagne. I like the looks of this palette a lot. Oh, those burgundies and that red, but the blues, oh, that's gorgeous. That's the Muerte. And then the Vida. Please, please, just don't be broken. And I think you get 10 shades. Yeah, you get 10 shades. Oh, first of all, this is super cool too. That's all 3D. Oh, yes. Ooh, this one's fun. This one's like Caribbean. This one is super fun. This I would take on like my Christmas vacation. The neons are really fun. The red almost seems deeper in this one. This is gonna be so tough to figure out what to use. I have no idea. Okay, so I'm going to just start swatching, and I guess I'll swatch the one that has the broken shade on my left arm since the swatch is already there, and then the colorful one on my right arm, and I will be right back. Oh my gosh, these two palettes are ridiculously beautiful. I honestly am so torn. There's so many looks that are possible, and every single shade is gorgeous. The metallics are unreal, and this blue dances. I am just like, I want to use this color scheme. And then as I'm swatching, and I was like, nope, now I want to use this color scheme. And then I was like, no, I want to use this color scheme. And then I'm staring at it and I'm like, okay, no, I'm going to stick with the blue. Then I started swatching out the other palette and I had the same issue. It was like color story, color story, color story. Holy cow, I like Melt never gets it wrong. Like ever. Like look how beautiful and smooth. Like gorgeous. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? And like these reds and these rich colors are not patchy or dry, which is so often the case, and they killed it. I'm just all right. I don't even want to try to attempt to say it because like I'm not going to be able to. So, and I don't know. This is the first shade in the palette. Okay, first of all, this is the Muerte palette. Alright, so this one and those go together because I'm so gonna butcher this, it's not even funny. Just. And then the Vida palette, again, it's just unbelievable. They killed it. Again, the mattes are unreal. Let me just show you the arm. Like, so many of these should be super dry, patchy shade. Well, I mean, not should be. Generally are, with like so many different brands. And look at this green. I just want to use it. And these are just such beautiful transition shades. These four are like fire, sunset, I mean, Thanksgiving vibes, just so beautiful. Like, that's why I looked at this combo and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful right now. But like, this is so beautiful. Like, I mean, oh, just wow. So here are the shades and how they go together. Because, you know, I don't speak Spanish. And watch this not even be Spanish. And I just don't know this language either. Alright, everything will be listed in the description bar down below, but I did prep my eyelids with my MAC paint pot, and I tightlined using my Lancome Drama Liquid Pencil, Extreme Longwear Eyeliner, and Petit Long. So now we can get to business, and I think I've decided to go with the Muerte palette and stick with the blues because, I don't know, they're just calling my name as much as the reds are. I mean, all of them are. I just, oh, I forgot to put tape on. Well, dang, at least my top shelves are so overflowing because there have been so many incredible releases. So this is the Sephora collection tape. Elf has tape I've been meaning to try. It's sitting in a haul box. There's so many, so I guess this is kind of a good teachable moment for anybody who has not used tape in the past. You just want to cut a decent size amount. And when you're placing it, if I can get it off, I have a nail appointment on Monday, so you know, like anybody who has nails, those last couple days it's like almost impossible to do anything. All of a sudden they feel like thick, long, and it's like not yours. It's like you can't do anything. But you want to place this essentially just down below your lash line if you're doing a wing, because you want your wing to come down below, and then aim for it to go to the tip of where your eyebrow ends, as straight as you can make that. Mine generally don't match up perfectly. I don't know if you really can get it perfect, but as best as you can. So see, my tail of my brow goes here, and then it would kind of keep flowing that way. But I can already tell I messed this up. It's been so long since I've practiced. You can use Scotch tape if you're not buying cosmetic tape. But if you're using something like Scotch tape, you do want to take it on the back of your hand first and stick it on the back, take it off, stick it on the back, take it off, maybe a third time, and then put it on your eyes to take away the stickiness, because something like Scotch tape is too sticky, and then you're going to be at risk for if you're doing it, you know, over and over again. It's not like you do it 2-3 times a year. You are going to risk wrinkles and damage around your eye area because of the constant pulling and tugging of the delicate skin. This is the most delicate part of your skin on your body, really. Where at least if you're buying cosmetic tape, a lot of that stickiness is taken out of the equation. So now we're ready to mingle. This is such a hard decision to make. All right, I guess I always keep my swatches. I was playing with a few different Makeup Forever glitters, Starlight Diamond powders too, because I think I'm going to use one as a topper, and it's going to be this one. But I always look at my swatches, because swatches are more true to color than what you see in the pan. So I always reference my swatches before I go in with a shade. So I think I'm going to start with my Carity E31, and I'm going to go in 2, 3, 4th shade in. Pantheon, this guy right here. So I'm going to coat her well, and I am going to still kick her off, but now it doesn't matter as much because I'll be able to wipe away all my fallout, so I can have as much fallout as I want, and it doesn't matter at this point. Look at that pigment already, and I did kick it off. Isn't that crazy? Like, you don't need to be intimidated when you're using Melt. It's just... And always hold your brush at the end and go in with a light hand. If you bring your eyeshadow all the way inward, it also really helps to like contour. I don't contour my nose, but this like helps to contour your nose, your eye into your nose. So it does give that illusion, but I don't actually ever contour it. I got my little nose from my mama. But that is a trick. Like, do you guys see how smooth that is? And I'm barely touching my eye. It's crazy. Now taking my Sonia G Blender Pro, I'm going to go into Noche Eterna, this blue. I'm so excited for Sonia G's new eye brush set. I just got the pre-order in yesterday from Beautylish, and I was like dancing in my seat while ordering at the nail salon, and I'm like, can it come now though? Like, do I have to wait? I didn't actually do that while I was texting with them, but I'm so excited for the new set. See, it's crazy because this is again one of those colors where in the pan it looks pretty bright blue. Like it's deep, but it looks pretty bright blue. But then the swatch is dark. Like on the edges where it fades out, it's light, but she's a dark one. I think I almost want a fluffier brush too. Maybe my Luxie 231.
Alright, I literally have every single P. Louise base ever. And I always use Rumor 0.5. But I wanted to try the white one out today to make the blue pop even more. And I can't find any of them except Rumor 0.05. Now I literally have over 10 boxes of a haul. Like that's accumulated for like a year now because I haven't been able to film hauls yet. I've been purchasing during hauls. So I don't know if somehow it like got dumped in there even though I have the box, but the box is empty. I don't know. So I'm gonna just try the Stay Naked Pro Customizer in white and hope that this works well, even though it's not really like, you know, a base for your eyeshadow. I did add some highlight, the Natasha Denona Super Glow in 01 Fair, just to lighten the look up a little bit. But I am really bummed right now because I was so excited to try out the white base. And I've spent at least 20 minutes, if not more, looking for it. And like, I am just so at a loss. It's so frustrating because that was what I was going to do today. So I'm bummed to say the least. So I'm gonna take my Sigma Cut Crease E62 and then, oh, I have highlight on the back of my hand. Let's not mix that in. Boy, I've got like, I have eyeshadows. Wow, I have a disaster over here. All right, so let's put some over here and see how she works. I always dip the brush on every angle because that way you can just flip back and forth. I'm also gonna grab my P. Louise brush. This isn't giving me the same coverage that the P. Louise would have, which is a bummer. Now taking my MAC 242, we're gonna go into Katrina. These are super soft and buttery, so you want to be careful when you go in. Don't dip your brush in hard. I'd recommend laying down some glitter glue, like the ABH liquid adhesive. Glitter adhesive. I have that down. Yeah, this is where, had it been the P. Louise base, oh my gosh. I mean, this is still popping, but it would have been really popping. Now I'm gonna take the Makeup Forever Starlit Diamond Powder in 104. And just fade it out. That's so pretty. Now I'm going to take this Tarte Eye Jewels glitter liner in silver. Start with the base. Haven't used this baby in like a year. While that dries down, I'm going to take a Luxie brush and go back into the Noche Eterna blue and clean up right here. And then add a little bit more metallic. Now taking the glitter side, I'm gonna go over the base. The glitter wants to play ball. I have backups of these, but again, I started organizing and then I got sick and I'm not quite sure where the backups are. No. There's so much glitter in here, but it doesn't want to come out. Alright, so this was my Tom Ford eye defining pen, and I love this baby. It's easier to do the wing without concealer if you mess up, but then it's easier to do it with the concealer already done, so that way you don't have to work around it, because then I usually have to go over it. But I haven't actually done a wing liner in like a year, so this is my first time doing it, so I thought I may as well just come on, but or just do it without the concealer. This is what I'm talking about with that space, because it just helps kind of like open everything up, and then once you put your lashes on and all that, it will look so much nicer. And I'm kind of thinking I was going to do like a double wing with the base, but I think I just want to do glitter. But as this glitter does not want to, play well actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this so the glitter is the same color and consistency. Because I had to do this. I took my MAC 242 to finish off my other eye. Just take a little bit like these. Yeah, I need to get my backups out. She's at the end of her life cycle, and that makes me sad. What I should have done first, and like all of the glitter, is I love taking my Natasha Denona Blackest Black Matte and setting that so it's like jet black. It's really nice. It comes with a little mirror and it's a huge pan. Just a nice little angular brush. Now that's like jet black, and I love it because that like helps conceal lash bands and all of that. So I'm gonna go finish up the other eye, pop on some falsies, do my face, and then I will be back to highlight and finish up the lower lash line. All right, so I tested out a whole lot of products, but the foundation and concealer were such a fail. I tried out a new primer and setting powder as well, and those two were great, but I had to actually take off my face because they were so bad, and then my skin got so irritated over here that I couldn't. It's like, it's still blotchy right up here. It's like just mad, like mad, because I've been wiping and wiping and wiping once we had all the fallout happening, and then I had to wipe my whole face off and get like cake off. And so I don't know if you guys can notice, but I ended up putting on my own foundation concealer routine, and it still is like patchy and mad at me. But then I tested out a new contour palette, blush palette, highlighter, and all of it is beautiful, and those are going to be in separate videos. But I am here to spotlight with this baby and then finish up the lower lash line. So that is what we are going to do right now, and I'm super excited to try this one. So I'm going to take my Sonia G Fan Pro, and we're just gonna, before she gets all messed up,
I wish you guys could really see how it goes from like, oh, maybe there, champagne. See how champagne that is? And then pink. I love it. I think that's like the perfect kind of spotlight highlight. Oh, yes it is. Perfect. Okay, going back into this bad boy. All right, first I'm going to take my MAC 212 and I'm going to go into Pantone. Get that nice and tight to the lower lash line. Oh, I need to do my waterline with my Lancome pencil too, which I should do first. And then I just realized I should also fill in that gap from the eyeliner. All right, now taking the MAC 212 and that Pantone, I don't know. Get that nice and close to the lower lash line while also starting to smudge the Lancome pencil. Taking this Kevyn Aucoin small eyeshadow brush, I'm gonna dip into Noche Eterna. Taking this Zoeva wing liner, I'm going to stick with Noche Eterna. And then leave that empty space. Now I have another Kevyn Aucoin small eyeshadow brush, so I'm going to wet this brush first and then dip it into the same Makeup Forever Starlight powder. Alright, you guys, apparently I forgot to film my outro. I am so sorry, but I filmed until 3 in the morning, 5 videos, 2 of which were just completely draining, and I'm just getting back in the groove of everything, so my bad. But as you can tell, I am totally in love with at least the
I still can't say it, palette, and I know the other palette is going to perform just as well. So I so highly recommend that you guys get your hands on it when it becomes available, or them, and try to recreate this look. Tag me on Instagram. I would love to see it. And that does it for this video. So until next time, good night, good morning, wherever you are. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you later. Mwah. Bye, guys.